My name is Shagun, and with me are the senior students from Mayo Girls and Boys. And today we're all having a discussion on whether co-educational schools are better or not than same-sex schools.
As rightly said, that school life is a preparation for the students to face the adult world. Well, I support co-ed because, see, if we're not letting the students interact when they're children, how can we expect them to work together in the professional world?
I personally feel that co-education is beneficial for the children because if you, like Rajveer very correctly said, that schools are a preparation for the outer world, and outside mostly largely firms are mixed gender. They are not all girls or all boys. So I personally feel that it's very, very much beneficial for our children, but like it's the same thing, like a film school can't guarantee a great film. So it's just that you know, if you're talking about the moral values, innate qualities like respect and all those things, then I don't think that is that a co-educational school or a same-sex school can guarantee that. It is different atmospheres at home and even otherwise that are involved in that. So I feel that co-education is definitely very good for our children, but when you talk about moral values, then I don't think that either of the institutions can guarantee that. Yeah.
My opinion for co-ed education is obviously co-ed education is better because you have this mutual respect for one another when you study together. You don't treat the other sex as an alien, or there are no awkward situations when you study together because you've grown up with them, you spent your childhood with them. Otherwise, if you have an all-girls school or an all-boys school, you have this awkward situation which you have when you go to college or when you work together.
You know what happens in a single-sex school is that we have formed groups. There's a very small group who talks to girls, and there's a very small group in the girls' school as well who talks to boys. And then there's a majority of people who don't talk to girls, who only talk to boys, who only talk to girls. So this is what's happening, that we are not comfortable with girls, and girls are not comfortable with boys. This is what happens when we study in a single-sex school.
Okay. So I feel that a co-ed school is an open-minded idea of education and also a more realistic way of education because it helps us to understand the opposite sex better. And obviously when we go to colleges, all colleges can't be a single-sex college. So when we go for colleges, jobs, we can't just expect them to be all girls or all boys. So we have to have an understanding of the opposite sex, and for that we need to be brought up in that manner or way.
If we have a co-ed school, I think it'd be better because a girl would support us, and we would there are some people who think dance is more of a woman-like activity, but if we have girls in our school, I think girls would encourage us to dance. And I think there are sports are considered more like a man thing by some women. If they're in a co-ed school, I think they'd get encouraged to perform things which supposedly they consider are man-like or women-like. So I think that's another advantage of co-ed schools.
Co-educational schools teach us how to respect each other, and there's a very healthy competition between each other.
You tend to behave very differently when you're in front of girls. So co-education, kills that shyness between boys and girls, and that should take place.
When I was in a co-ed, there used to be no difference between my male friends and my friends who were girls. My behavior towards both of them was same. And today, if I do the same thing, what I do with my friends to the girls, some might take it otherwise, all will take it otherwise. You see, our behavior towards my behavior towards my friends in my school is very different from what it is outside the school, and especially what it is in front of girls. I can't do, even if I'm acting free, even if there is nothing that's bound, like you can't do this, you can't do that, there are some things that I will restrain myself from doing because of the fact that girls are around and I have to be the best of me.
I personally feel that in this entire madness of men are from Mars and women are from Venus, we've completely forgotten that we belong to the same planet Earth. So, It's completely, we have to really bridge that gap, that is that space that has come up in genders, that we also we are a patriarchal society. So I think that if in a co-educational school we are representing the diversity of our culture in a better way, and therefore I really feel that it's much more beneficial for children to be educated that way. Because if you, like they all said, that after coming from a same-sex school, you start looking at the other gender like someone who's rating you on a scale of 1 to 10 always. You don't look at them as friends. You don't look at them as normal human beings who could sit with you, who could be part of your classrooms. So I think that's very important, that children should learn from at a very grassroots level, that compatibility between genders has to come at a very grassroots level. So yeah.
If you want other people to respect you, if you expect the boy to respect you, or if as a girl you want to respect a boy, the first key is to understanding yourself and understanding what it means to respect yourself. And with that, you can go on to other stepping stones.
What I believe that starting in a co-ed school inculcates this very very thing of something called healthy competition. See, if in today's world I am from an all-boys school, and I have to compete with a girl, there may be some strange feelings, something which may push me back towards performing the same way I could. But if I'm from the beginning I'm in a co-education school, and that some girl or my opposite sex is not something which is strange to me, so I'll compete the same way which I will normally with the boys.
I think that along with the all the points that my friends have spoken, I think I'm with them in most of them, but at the same time the sense of respect that we get for the opposite gender, it depends on from person to person. Like if you read the newspaper, you get a lot of cases of rape and all these things. It doesn't really it's not important, or it's not necessary that the person who molests a girl, or if he tries to tease her, it's not important that he's from a boys' school or a co-ed school. It's basically from both of them. It's a type of grooming that he's got from his surrounding, and that is more necessary to judge a person. And the judgment of whether we should have boarding schools or co-ed schools, it's basically, I'm 50-50 with that.
Ashwin, absolutely right. But Siddharth, you're again right. You're right that yes, a guy who's in first standard or second standard does not know what he's going to do in the future. But what I was talking about was that when if you're sitting with a group of your friends, right, all your male friends, and if some random stranger comes and he speaks something to your friend, you would stand up and defend him. That's your first instinct, right? What I was talking about is developing that instinct for girls also, because yeah, you might do it out of courtesy for them right now, but the thing is, if they're together, if they're your friends, then that is something that comes at the first instinct, right? Yeah, you can say that there should be different sex schools, but the thing is that there should be more communication between us. There should be more communication, there should be more activity, so that we get to know each other better, so that we get to have that feeling of one as together.
The ugly truth is that we live in a patriarchal society, but at the same time we talk about equality among men and women, and at the same time we have different schools for boys and for girls. So if you don't study together, then how can you expect that we have equality among men and women and in the course of in future? How can you expect equality if we don't study together?